Hello and welcome. I want to briefly go over why we have speed limits and signs on our roads. Okay, so this could be dull and boring and feel like a lecture, or a rant. Oh god no, you've all turned off. Bear with me while I'll try and explain why it's important and why stunts should be performed in the correct places. Speed limits were introduced into the UK in 1934 as a way of slowing traffic in built-up areas. But before, the max speed you could drive was as low as 2 miles per hour. The 70 mile an hour national speed limit came into force in December 1965 as a trial and made permanent in 1967, and other speed limit restrictions were introduced around 1974 due to the oil crisis. But why do we have speed limits in the first place? They are not for the driver's safety. So just because you feel comfortable driving at a higher speed limit on that stretch of road doesn't mean you should. They are designed to keep everyone safe, be that pedestrians, cyclists, horse riders, motorcyclists, car drivers, etc. For example, at 35 mile an hour, a pedestrian has a 50% chance they will be killed compared to a 20% chance at 30 mile an hour and a 2.5 chance at 20 mile an hour. These facts were taken from roadwise.co.uk. Should you hit a pedestrian at 40 mile an hour or above, death is rated at 90% likely. Yet polls of drivers have suggested that nearly 80% of people have admitted driving over the stated speed limits. And I'm no angel. I will admit that speed limits do suck in some places and don't seem to make any sense. With around 80% of vehicles having dash cams being fitted or even action cameras and the public having access to upload footage directly to the police to review and take action on the footage, maybe it's better to behave a little more responsibly. I was taught that driving a vehicle was like having a loaded weapon and your finger on the trigger. If you get it wrong, you can kill somebody, and that could be somebody you love or an innocent stranger. I don't expect that everyone will always be below the speed limit, and neither do the world's governments, hence the idea to bring in cars that would allow you to go over the speed limit for the road that you are on, and I believe these will be coming, sooner rather than later. With the amount of signs on the roads, it can be quite easily to miss a single speed limit sign amongst all the other road signs that there are. And yes, occasionally we all miss one and we all go over the speed limit because we don't actually know what the speed limits are on the roads because they're not signposted after you've missed that initial sign. But there are ways to tell what speed limits should be. If there are street lights, it's normally going to be a 30 mile an hour zone. If you're not sure, do 30. They're not going to prosecute you in this country for being under a speed limit, as there is no minimum on any road apart from a motorway. I don't expect everyone will always be below the speed limit. Yes, we have all come across drivers who drive at one speed everywhere. It seems to be 40 mile an hour in a 30 limit and then still 40 mile an hour in a 60 mile an hour speed limit, or vice versa, and seem oblivious to the speed limits. I have noticed over the last few years lots of roads are having the speed limits reduced, mainly to increase safety or sometimes to reduce pollution. I'd ask the question, if a road has been a national speed limit for 40 plus years, why has it suddenly been required to reduce the speed limit for safety reasons, with much better handling and performing motor vehicles? I wonder if, in fact, that as drivers we haven't got any better. We are more distracted and feel safer than ever before, especially car drivers with airbags to protect them from injury, maybe even motorcyclists with better protective gear. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should be raising or lowering speed limits as technology and vehicles gets better? Doing stunts on roads with or without traffic around, in my opinion, should be a no, always. Yes, occasionally you might pop a wheelie by accident on a motorcycle, but I don't see any reason to continue doing it for the length of a road or attempting a stoppie at every braking opportunity. There are lots of YouTube or even TV shows that show car and motorcycle crashes. Having watched too many of these, in recent times, it's clear that a lot of motorcycle accidents are from people treating the roads as racetracks or stunt grounds. Yes, these most likely make for more entertaining videos, but you're really putting your own life and others at risk. Much like speeding, how would you feel if you hurt, or even worse, killed someone because you were messing around? Do it on private land if you have to, in a controlled, safe environment. The possibility with all the cameras, not just the government ones, but the personal ones, including people's phones, where they can actually get enough information to identify you, even if they don't get your registration plate, to have you prosecuted for riding in an unsafe manner. And it's hard enough to get your licence in the first place. The fact that people can just upload a video to the police, and lots of prosecutions have already happened from cyclists doing this, for drivers passing unsafely, is it worth the points on your licence? Please be safe. Ride sensibly. Like I said, I'm no angel, but most of the time I will drive to the speed limits, especially in built up areas. When you're out on the country lanes, it's very easy for a tractor to pull out and you being going too fast to stop. Nobody wants to go to hospital due to a mistake or an accident where somebody was going too fast. Nobody needs the police knocking on the door to tell family that somebody's had an accident and they've not made it because they were going a little too fast. Well, nobody needs to be informed that through no mistake or incorrect doing of their own, somebody's been run over. It's very easy nowadays to step out on a road and not judge the speed of the car coming towards you. We live on a main road and there's a speed camera up the road, and as soon as people have gone past it, they put their foot back down. They aren't doing 30 miles an hour when they pass the school. In fact, I'd say most people are doing 40 or 50. I can't prove this. I don't have a speed gun, but when people are wheeling past schools on big CC motorcycles early in the morning, it's not even funny. I understand that wheeling is a skill. I understand that doing stoppies and stunts are skills. But these skills should be used in safe, controlled environments, not public spaces. If you need to prove how good you are at wheeling to your friends, then please go and find somewhere private to do it. If you got this far, please like or subscribe, or even unsubscribe if you disagree with me. Leave your comments below, and thanks for watching.